Power up the mic, now it's time to play. Where the grind hour meets, where the gamers stay. From the field screen, we breaking the line. It's the gamer sideline, where legends align. Lights max, loading plays like he's drawn the plan. Kinetic, bringing fire like he's leading the band. No matter the game, no matter the sport, we running this pod like it's fourth and short. Press start, lock in. It's game time again. You tune in live to the Sideline Show with Kinetic and Lights Max. Let's go! The Gamer Sideline starts now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Gamer Sideline, where sports meet the sticks and stories get pixel deep. I'm your host, Mike, aka Lichmax, and with me today we have
Kinetic.
And today we got some things to talk about. We had a game released recently, Madden 26. Both of us have had a chance to check it out. We also got in on the we pre-ordered it, so we were able to play from earlier than a lot of the people who bought it on launch day. So I mean, we were able to experience it a week before the actual launch. So now that it's actually out, we'd love to give you guys our thoughts and opinions on how we're feeling about the new Madden game. I guess let's start off with the presentation. Like, how do you feel about the presentation?
So are we talking in the game or like also like in like playing the football game, or like we talking the game in general, like the menus and
let's break it up into two subsections. We'll go with like the gameplay presentation, and then like the actual like visuals of the game.
The gameplay presentation, I think overall is good. It looks really good. The new team entrances are really awesome. As a Vikings fan, I absolutely love the one that they have with the dragon and the Viking thing and like the lights and Justin Jefferson coming out and doing the gritty and all that. It's awesome. But yeah, as far as the game itself and how it looks and how it presents and how it feels, yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, see, I like the like how it looks now, since we're like exclusively on next gen consoles now. So we're no longer on. They didn't release it for the PlayStation 4, the Xbox One.
Right.
It is only on the PlayStation 5 and Series X and S. So they were able to have a lot more of a freedom when it came to upgrading the visuals and whatnot, because they only had to worry about like PC, obviously, and also the graphical capabilities of the next gen consoles, which I think has given it like a major facelift that I think Madden has needed. And it's like, because like beforehand it kind of looked a little like it looked semi-realistic, but more with a cartoonish flair to it with the way that they looked. But with like this newest visual update, I think it looks phenomenal, especially like adding in the mascots. We didn't have those before.
To be honest, dude, I forgot that most NFL teams had mascots.
I knew they had them, but you just never really see it. Like no one ever pays attention to them. Like at least on the TV screen. Like when you're watching the TV, you don't really.
Yeah, like I knew the Vikings have the mascot because he's got the like whole Viking getup.
Right, yeah.
But like if you ask me, like, okay, like I know back in the day the Titans used to have randomly a raccoon mascot, which doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But like I honestly couldn't even, like, before we started playing this game, I could not have pictured another team's mascot.
I mean, I knew the Ravens had a mascot. I knew the Birds, pretty much all the bird teams. I knew they all had mascots, because how are you going to be a bird team and not have a bird mascot? That doesn't make any sense, you know. But yeah, I knew the Vikings had one. I knew the Lions had one. I don't remember what he's called off the top of my head or what he really looks like. But I know he's there. I just have never actually seen him.
You're talking about the Viking?
But
I can't even think of his name now.
I'm talking about the Lions. I know the Lions have a mascot too.
The fuck is Lions got it?
I'm assuming it's probably a lion, you know, based on what the team is called.
I cannot remember. I cannot recall seeing a Lions mascot one time.
For some reason, I'm having a vague memory of like a guy in
Well,
like
you've been
dressed up.
playing as the Lions. Do
Right,
they?
but
Is the mascot in there?
I haven't really paid attention. I'm not gonna lie. Like
You
I
were
like
just talking about the Madden mascots.
yeah, I knew they added them in, but I'm not gonna lie, I haven't really been paying that close attention to it. So like maybe I need to go back through and pay a little bit more closer attention to it because I think they
You
really
might
only
have
come out
wanted
with
to
the.
do that before we did our Madden review
It's
episode.
fine. It's fine. We know the mascots are in there. We know people have been asking about the mascots. I don't know who, but people were asking about the
Somebody
mascots.
somewhere was
Yeah,
asking about
the
it.
same guys who ask for all this random gear that no one ever you wouldn't even like think to like look for
Oh,
in like a game. Like
they're in YouTube comments. That's where I see
right,
them all the
yeah.
time.
But yeah, like you have these people who are like, hey, can we get that
The hanging mouthpiece. It's so
yeah
important.
yeah
I
or
need
like
ski masks in
or
the
like
football
this
game.
yeah or like this
That will be
specific.
under your helmet 99% of the
Yeah,
time.
or like the specific hex code color for the left leg sleeve on Saquon Barkley.
So stupid.
Like it's crazy, but yeah, I mean, it's great that they added it in. It's given it a little bit more of a more a better feel to the game. Well, not feel, but like ambiance, I guess would be the correct word there. More of a better ambiance to the game having that those additions in. Um, the run out presentations are phenomenal. Like I've seen a
Yeah,
couple of them.
absolutely.
I've seen the Lions ones. I've seen the Vikings one. I've seen a couple of the other ones. They're just
Bro, I
the
was literally on the phone with you when I first saw the Vikings one, remember?
yeah. I think you yeah, and
Like
then
I
it was
exited out of the game and started streaming just so you could see what I just
yeah
saw.
yeah. It's a great addition. It's definitely gonna make streaming a lot more exciting when you have those runouts. May not actually skip the runouts anymore because I used to skip them because they just walk out to the field, boring. We want to
Right.
get to the game, you know. Now we have a reason to actually like watch that like 3 minute intro to the game because like stuff happens. Same with the halftime. Like I've the halftime shows, they've improved that. That's fantastic. I got to see part of that during I'm doing an online franchise streaming. The Lions Road it's called Sideline Showdown Road to the Lombardi franchise for Franchise
But
Friday.
you haven't noticed the Lions mascot. Got it.
I haven't paid attention to the mascot. I'm not gonna lie. They don't really like zoom in on him and to where you can like they don't like
Do the
zoom.
Vikings one, he's over there
I know,
dancing all the fucking time.
right? I know, but like in the Lions games, like maybe I'm just like blind to it. You know, maybe that's just what it is. So now,
Just zoning out while you're playing. I got
yeah,
it.
basically. I mean, I'm just kind of like picking plays and just going through the motions, basically. But now with the UI, I do kind of like the UI. I think parts of it can be a bit clunky. As for like the visual like appearance to it, I definitely I like it's like a minor upgrade to what we had in 25, but it's essentially like just a slightly up like better visual version of what we had in 25. Some of the especially like in franchise mode, they condensed a lot of the menus down into sections instead of just having a whole list. So now you have like like GM office or like I can't remember the other ones, but essentially like condensed like the stuff like the coaching the all of the coaching options are now under one select one menu item. All of the roster stuff is under one menu item. Anything to deal with like the team as a whole is under GM's office now, which is which I think is pretty good, neat for organization at least. What do you think about about what they did with the UI in this one?
I've got mixed feelings on it. I think when I first loaded in, it seemed like there was a lot of new stuff, but really like the deeper I've kind of played into it, they just moved stuff around. They didn't
Yeah,
really
basically.
change a lot. They added like one or two, if we're talking about in the franchise mode
Yeah,
specifically, they added one or two new panels to the quick menu, like that where you can scroll through and see different information, which is kind of cool.
yeah,
My biggest gripe, well, there's a couple gripes actually, having played through it now. First of all, the loading screens, the loading times are way more than it was last year, and I don't understand that. I do not understand that. Just to pull up a player's card is a loading screen. To go into free agents and to click on somebody and to be able to sign them to your roster, loading screen.
Yeah.
Like you highlight them, hit X or A, and loading screen for you to be just go in and look at him and decide if you want to sign him. Everything is a loading screen, and it just feels like I spend more time on the game in loading screens than anything else. I don't know if there's a setting that I missed, but the draft, I don't know if you've done a rookie draft yet.
Not yet.
The background is completely clear, but you can still see the draft board behind it. But with white text, it blends in half the time. So half the time I can't read what I'm trying to read on the players' names and grades and stuff like that.
There's a good chance it could be a visual bug.
But it's just little things like that. Why can we not see in the free agents tab what, like, up at the top it shows their name, their picture, their height, their weight, but it doesn't show their archetype. So I have to go into them, which is a loading screen,
right,
to see their archetype if I want to sign them or not. And then if I don't, it's another loading screen out. There's just a lot of areas where I feel like they really polished college football, and they didn't in the menus and the UI. And they just, the more that I play franchise mode, the more it feels like, even though this was supposed to be the biggest franchise mode update,
right,
in the 2020s, it doesn't feel like they actually did much. In fact, in some ways, it feels worse than last year's game. But yeah, as far as the UI, I'm mixed on it, because like there's some things I like, but the more I play it, the more I find things that I don't really care for.
Now, the one thing that like annoys me to no end is like something you touched on, like the loading screen for everything. That is incredibly annoying. Like why in the year of 2026, well, 2025, with the 2026 season,
Right.
are we dealing with loading screens? Like the whole point of going to next gen is so that way we had the best performance possible on the game. Where that's kind of what held Madden 25 back, is the fact that it was still on previous gen consoles, so they couldn't do as much as they wanted to. So now that we're on the next gen exclusively, why are we still dealing with loading screens? That shouldn't be a thing. Like, why do we need a loading screen to load up a player who's already loaded up? That makes no sense at all. You just do a pop-up. That's all you got to do. You don't have to have like a whole other like loading screen to go from the roster to player page to edit. Like, that shouldn't be a loading screen. When you're on player page, the player's already loaded. When you go to edit, it should just open the edit menu. I don't know why it's got to be a whole thing.
Yeah, and there are other gripes that I have, but if we're talking right now just about the UI, like
just presentation.
It's just everything. And look, and I didn't really think about this until I saw somebody, I don't remember, another YouTuber. I hate to quote him without being able to say who it was, but
right,
they did a stream where they were talking about what they thought, and this was a week or two ago that I watched it. And for contrast, they were talking about the loading screens. For contrast, and not just loading screens, they were talking about the lag. Like anything you do, you go to do anything, and there's lag. There's between the input and it actually doing it. And then they loaded up 2K. I don't play 2K.
Right, yeah.
But they even loaded up 2K's version of Ultimate Team.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like lightning quick. They want to change something in their lineup, they hit a whatever. It's like there's no lag.
Yeah, I will say,
I don't understand why we have so much lag and there's so many loading screens. It just I don't understand it.
So, like, with the lag portion part of it, though, I think that is something that they can address post-release.
But they haven't addressed it for years.
Well, yeah, I mean, it hasn't really been noticeable to me up until this game. But yeah, I think they could tweak that post-release, or I mean, if not, then I don't understand. Like, if they can do it into, like, I get those are two separate teams, 2K and EA, they're not even
Right.
they're not even the same company.
But they're making games. So they're both making
Right.
sports games for the same consoles. So
Right.
they're effectively under the same parameters for their game.
Right. I mean, what I was saying is like the dev team for both are different. So maybe the 2K dev team figured out a method to
Well,
eliminate lag that the EA dev team haven't been able to figure
but
out for whatever reason.
even that with college football, they brought over a lot of the people that were at 2K.
Yeah.
So like, and then going into this Madden game,
Yeah.
they did a lot of crossover where they brought a lot of the people from the college football game team over to Madden, for
Right.
example. And he's a great guy, and I feel like I am more negative when I reach out to him and tag him and stuff than I should be. Scott O'Gallagher,
Yeah.
great lead developer, cares about the community, plays the games. He came from 2K. He was integral in CFB 25 and 26, and this year he worked on Madden. I don't understand why there's such a disparity between the loading time and the lag there.
Right, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like, it shouldn't be like, especially if like they brought over a lot of the 2K guys. Like, they should have brought over the knowledge of being able to eliminate a lot of that
Right.
like slight lag when doing anything. And I understand that. And that's something that I definitely think that they need to work on. They need to fix that because with these modern consoles, we shouldn't have to be dealing with that at all. All right. Do you have any final thoughts on presentation before we move on to the next topic?
No, I mean, I think I pretty much said my piece. I'm some things I like. I'm sort of mixed on it right now, but
Yeah.
I'm trending towards a little bit more negative than positive.
I'd probably say that I'm more a little bit more positive on like the visual aspect, less so of the implementation.
Yeah, I'll definitely
of
say
it.
there's a difference between in game and like in the UI.
Right. So now we'll head over to the offensive gameplay. How do you feel about the gameplay when you're playing offense?
I don't understand why there's more drop passes in the NFL than in college. Like one of the best parts of CFB 26 is the increase to how effective the wide receivers are. Now that was balanced in CFB by making there be a more glaring disparity between the top end quarterbacks and the middle or the low end quarterbacks, to where they're slightly less accurate and stuff like that, which is fine. But the wide receivers, like you can throw up jump balls and actually have a chance to go get them.
Right.
You don't get that in Madden 26, and even more so. I don't know if it's a bug. I almost did a stream to catch video of it earlier to tweet at Scott O'Gallagher about it because I don't understand. I was playing through a franchise and I was doing the red zone drill for wide receivers.
Yeah.
And I don't understand. Like in 24 and 25, you hit the X or A button to call for the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And they throw a pass pretty appropriate to if you're open or if you're not, and if it's a bullet pass or what.
Right.
Now I hit the X button and it might be a bullet pass or it might be a fucking moonshot into the crowd completely out of the end zone. And it's not like I have the defender right on me. I'm like 5 yards in front of my defender, completely open, bullet pass right to me in 24 and 25. But he'll just like hook, like he'll do like a fucking hook shot in the NBA. And I don't understand. It's up in the air forever. And if it happens to still be in bounds, I'm not catching it because it's going to be contested.
Yeah. So
it just doesn't make any sense. So like there's little things about like that, like the tackling. Like how did they
hang on real quick on the passing portion that you were just talking about, the red zone drill. They did actually change that now. So you do
they didn't. I just was doing it literally.
No, what I was saying is you control the power. You control the power on the pass.
That's not it.
It's not? Because
that's not it. Because that's what I thought it was. So then I started doing it. I started testing it. I started holding it, like not letting go of the pass button.
Right.
And sometimes it was a bullet pass, and sometimes it was a moonshot. And I started tapping it, and sometimes it was a bullet pass, and sometimes it was a fucking
Okay,
moonshot.
so it's okay. So it might just be a bug then. It might be a bug.
And I
Uh,
hope
I,
it's a bug, but they
'Cause
haven't said anything about it or
right.
acknowledged it.
I've had that happen to me when I was running the drills. I had him like, but it was because I tapped the button because I was, thinking the same. Like I was just like panic tapping to try to get the ball to me. So I tapped the button once, and he launched it straight to the moon, and it came down like right on the edge of the sideline of the goal line. And obviously, no one's catching that because it's going to be contested.
Right. And now,
So
like, I understand if that happens in a game because of pressure or because he
right,
gets hit or because it's going to be a contested ball and he's trying to throw it up for a jump ball. It's
right,
a one-on-one drill and I'm 7 yards in front of my defender, wide open. I'm heading to the back of the end zone. Quick bullet pass. And the bad part is that in Madden 24 and Madden 25, it never had that problem.
right.
Not
I
one time.
I kept having the issue where like if he would like when he threw the pass, I would try to pass lead it into the 400 zone, and he would always like undershoot it instead of overshoot it. I'd almost much rather him overshoot because I can jump try to get that. When you undershoot it, especially like if you've missed at least one catch, you got to restart the whole thing because if you don't get 400, don't get 400 every time and don't miss a catch, you're not getting gold. So you got to start
Yeah,
over.
and can we find a better balance on this? In 24, you had to be perfect on every drill to get gold. And in 25, they backed it down by way too much to where most of the drills were stupid easy, except for the DB drill. Give us the play art back, like it was in 24.
Well, even
But
you
like,
just let us
hold on,
choose
hold on,
the
hold on,
drill.
hold on, hold on. But for example, the running back drill, the wide receiver drill, the chase and tackle drill in 24, you had to be absolutely fucking perfect
Mhm.
to get gold. And if you missed one, if there was one run you didn't get a touchdown on, if there was one catch you didn't make, you had
Yeah.
to restart the drill. In 25, they backed it way down to
Yeah,
where you were getting gold no matter what you did.
pretty much.
And now in 26, I felt like, okay, you went extremely in one direction, you went extreme in the other direction. We're going to come to the middle now. No, they just went back in the other direction.
Yeah. Well, it's because of what they chose. Like they chose the close quarters. The reason why
Well, no, because
25.
I did the close quarters one on 25, and it wasn't this bad.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like the only thing I can think of is the awareness is definitely playing a factor, like how it does in college with when it comes to like whether or not your lead blocker picks the block up that he's supposed to pick up or not. Because that's one thing that is infuriating when you're running a direction. He's running in the direction of the blocker to pick up the block, and instead he just goes, "Nope."
Right.
Like,
Yeah, I don't know what
like I
causes
don't
that,
know
dude.
why he does that. Like he's in the intercept angle with the defender, and instead of picking the block up while you're running right behind him, he just like skirts around him and then goes for the farther guy. And I'm like, dog, that was your block. That was all you.
Right.
Like you get that block, touchdown for me. You just decided, screw this touchdown. I hate that guy over there. I'm gonna go kill
Right.
that guy. Like I don't know what the other defender said to get him so angry on that particular run, but he needs to calm down.
Right.
I mean, all in all, I actually kind of like I know you're not really a huge fan of how like of a lot of the quarterbacks play, specifically JJ, but like me in particular, like I actually like the way the game plays on offense. Like there's some things that they need to fix. I agree. All in
Overall, I like
all,
how it
like
plays.
yeah, all in all, I definitely like it. I think it's like I wouldn't say it's a huge upgrade from 25, but I'll say it's like an incremental step upgrade from 25. Definitely, definitely like like one thing I will say the way that the players move and maneuver is definitely a huge upgrade from 25. Because on 25 it was you turned on the eyeballs looking at the camera thing, didn't you?
Yes.
Um,
It's funny, dude. I don't know. I like it.
I can see it.
It trips people out if they pay attention, but most people don't pay attention.
But yeah, the way that like the players actually move and maneuver on 26, I feel like that's a big upgrade from 25. Because on 25, I don't know if you felt it, but it felt like everyone was like like you were running through sand, if that makes sense. Like it didn't feel like the players were playing as athletic as they were.
Yeah.
Like you put an input in and they have to think about it for a split second before actually doing it. Now it feels like they react like instantly, like every time. Like you say to go right, they're heading right. You tell them to hurdle, they're hurdling right now.
Well,
The
that's
only
what we talked about where they borrowed that from college.
Yeah, I mean, and it's a great feeling now playing the game. Like the one thing I do get really upset about as well, which you have the same sentiment, is the dropped passes. If I hit you in the hands, why are you running 5 yards and then just dropping the ball?
Right.
Like that doesn't like you already have the ball. Just hold it and go, my dude.
Well, and it's if we didn't have college football, it probably wouldn't be as big of a problem.
I mean, I have
But
that.
the
I have that
fact that
issue
the
in
fact that
college
we
too.
have but the fact that we have college football 26
Yeah.
and they made such a point to change it so that your receivers can go up and get those contested catches and quote unquote moss the defenders.
Yeah.
But tell me why a guy can do it in college but gets to the pros and forgets how to fucking do it.
Right, yeah, I mean, it doesn't make any although I will say in college, I've had the same issue where, like, I'll hit, like, for example, I'll hit McCulley in the hands. He'll have the ball, take 2 steps, and then just, like, hot potato the ball to the ground.
Well, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about being able to go up and get it, like body out, like almost like box out, like a basketball player to get a rebound with the defender and go up and get it, or even be behind the defender and be able to go up and snatch it from them. You couldn't do that in 25 in college or Madden. You can in college football 26, and it does. It's like way worse in Madden 26 than in college.
Yeah, I know in college, like, a lot of those jump balls, what ends up happening if there's a defender, like, anywhere within, like, 5 yards, if he goes up and gets that, he's getting his back broken and he's dropping the ball almost every time.
Yeah,
like,
what is that
that's what happens to
animation?
me
What
every
is that
time.
stupid animation, dude? It's like he's trying to go for a backwards dunk and just, like, throws the ball up.
Yeah, instead of, like, pulling the ball in, like, he jumps up and grabs it and he gets hit from the back and he's just like, "Oop." And it looks like the defender just broke the guy's back with how he hit him, and it looks crazy. And you see it in both college and in Madden. It's weird.
Like, they can just, in my opinion, just delete that animation from the code, please. Well, I mean, stupidest animation.
Yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, technically, it is kind of in line with physics of what would happen if you got smacked from the back. To be fair,
it lines up with physics with what would happen if somebody hit you with a damn Goldberg spear in the back in midair. Like, that doesn't happen.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that is one thing I missed from. We'll get on that in a different thing. Otherwise, we'll end up on a whole tangent, and this will go for 2 hours. Do you have any final thoughts on the gameplay on offense? Like, how do you feel about the? Well, I guess not really final thoughts. How do you feel about the play? How do you feel about how the plays go? Yeah.
So here's what I would say: macro view, I like it. It feels good, but when you zoom in on the details, it's so many what the fuck moments with the gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, I'll
I had. Earlier, and this is defense, but I know we're about to do defense, but this is a what the fuck moment. So there's a twist called a pirate 3-man or something, pirate something.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And it's basically where one of your D tackles loops over the other D tackle and defensive end to almost be a QB spy to stop rollouts to that side, right?
Yeah.
I was doing a mutt challenge, and my fucking D tackle was goddamn Warren Sapp. Okay. So it's not like it was some new rookie that doesn't know what he's doing. Okay.
Okay.
And I called that twist, and the offense snaps the ball, and he looks for a minute, starts to roll out right, and then just runs. And I'm like, okay, my guy's going to get him. No, he didn't. I went back and looked at the replay. Fucking Warren Sapp starts to do the little looping thing, looks at the center, Garrett Bradbury, and says, sitting there like a dumbass, waiting for somebody to block, and goes, "Oh, you know what? I'll come over and help you," and just abandons the fucking twist and goes and plays patty cake with Garrett Bradbury. Like, why?
Yeah, I've had that happen too. Like especially like I've had this happen when I'm playing when I'm running like certain runs on offense. Like for example, here's a good one. 0-1 trap. In 25, it was one of the best run plays, guaranteed at least 3 yards no matter if you mess it up or not. You're almost guaranteed 3 yards at least. In 26, you are guaranteed to lose 3 yards every time you run it, because especially if they put any kind of like stunt or twist out, what's going to end up happening is that pulling guard is going to go to his spot and stand there. If there's no one there to block, he's just going to stand there.
Yeah.
And if you're doing like a Texas where the outsides go to the insides go to the outsides, that pulling guard is going to watch.
Please tell me you're not one of those guys that spams Texas 4-man.
No, I switch it up, but I'm just using that as an example here because this is where I see it the most frequent. So the pulling guard, like the three other guards are going to do their job. They're going to branch out. They're going to block who they're supposed to block. The pulling guard is going to stand there right next to the center, and then as one of the edge players comes in, he's just going to watch him and go, "Hey, what's up?" As he comes in and smokes your running back for a loss of yards, instead of like picking that block up that he's in perfect position to do. He's just going to watch as the defender comes rushing down to the A gap to stop you from running 0-1 trap. This happens on 0-1. This happens on inside zone split plays. A lot of the motion plays have this issue too.
Right.
Like where like they just, if you put any kind of stunt or twist out, it's just immediate, like blocks get ignored and everyone comes in like you're doing a screenplay. It's crazy. I haven't found, I don't know if that's a bug or if that is something that is supposed to happen.
It's supposed to happen. That's what twists are supposed to do. It's supposed to put the offensive line in conflict to hesitate on their assignments long enough to create that.
Yeah, and see, this is why I say that, like, if they don't put it on pass plays, I think they should put it on at least give run plays a chance to be able to have some kind of a counter for that, because
they do have counters for that. That's what slide protection and untarget defenders are.
No, what I'm saying is for run plays, because you can do that with passing plays. You can't do
it with run plays too.
Run plays, you can't slide protect.
Yes, you can.
No.
I slide protect on every single run play.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything.
Yes, it does.
It does not.
Yes, it does. I literally check the blocking assignments every time before I slide and after I slide. It does. Because then I determine whether or not I'm going to untarget a defender or not.
I'll have to look into that for run plays because, I mean, as far as I know, sliding doesn't do nothing for run plays. The only thing that you could do to actually adjust like where the blocking was going is set the mic.
Let me say that's what I do on college. I can't figure out how to check blocking assignments on Madden.
It's just
no, it's not. Like I'm talking about in college, if you hold L2 and then right on the analog stick,
you hold this button.
No, but it doesn't do it the same way. Like on college, it literally draws the fucking blocking line from every blocker to their assigned defender, and you can see where they're going to go, and if they have a secondary block, where they'll go.
Yeah,
and all of that, and it shows how it changes. I can't. Okay, I'll try it, but I couldn't. I could not.
L1 does that. Anyway, now, final thoughts on the gameplay and how we're feeling about it.
I mean, like I said, macro, it's good. It feels good. But when you zoom in, it there's a lot of what the fucks, guys.
Yeah, I mean, looking at it from like a fisheye lens, it feels great. It looks great. But like as you start like to get like deep into the gameplay and actually start getting your hands on it, you'll find a lot of like funky things that I think for the most part will probably be, hopefully at least, be patched in the future. But I mean, we'll see. They haven't really been great about patching the most egregious offenders in the past, so we'll see. Right. Moving on to defensive gameplay thoughts. For one, I like the way the defense plays. I think in some aspects, parts of it are a little bit overpowered, parts of it are a little underpowered. I will say I love the responsiveness of the players on defense, especially if you're using one of the linebackers or like the secondary linebacker DB safety. I feel like they're a lot more responsive than they were in 25 and 24, especially in 24. Like 24, it felt like cinder blocks. 25 felt like sand. This one feels like just right. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it's a lot more responsive. When you flick the stick, he's gonna do what he's. If you like just flick the stick to go right, he's immediately gonna go right. He's not gonna be like, "Do I really want to go right, or do I want to stand here and do nothing?"
Right.
He actually goes right now instead of actually just standing there. When you like hit the button to go up to for the ball, he'll actually like you actually have like a little bit of a like a I want to say like a 3 yard grace period, especially if you have heat seeker assist on. If you tap the
Heat
button,
seeker assist isn't working.
it's worked for me.
The number I have it turned on. I have it turned all the way
Sorry,
up to
I meant
200% on college and Madden.
yeah.
And the number of times that I will get through the line and run right by the fucking quarterback is ridiculous. It didn't do this in 25.
Yeah, they've tweaked it so it's not as like to where like you're running this way and then you dive and you just immediately turn like that. It doesn't
Well, no,
do
I'm not
that
talking
anymore.
about that, but it used to like sort of help steer you into the
You
onto
have
the
to
ball
steer
carrier.
yourself, but when you go to tackle, it'll like nudge you a little bit. Instead of it being like an immediate like that, it'll be like when you go to
Yeah,
tackle,
I
it'll
need
put
them
you
to
in the
change it
general
back to where it
direction.
helps steer you in because the 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 game itself doesn't always let you react like because there's lag to I see it, I hit the button and to move in a direction and then he moves like there's a disconnect there and the heat seeker used to help with that and now it doesn't fix it.
Yeah, it helps like a little bit, a little bit. Not as much as it did in 25, but it does like give you a little bit nudge. It's like a nudge instead of you're on rails. You know what I mean? But I mean honestly, when it comes to like the ability to be able to like get like hone in on the quarterback without you having to put like the full amount of your input in to do so, I like that they nerfed it from 25, especially with the what they did on defense to make the defensive line better and make it more viable with the stunts and twists. Like taking like not necessarily nerfing, but like reducing the effectiveness of heat seeker assist, but giving you stunts and twists. I think that's a good balance there.
Yeah, but it's still not cool because like the player themselves, the defensive player would not just run right by the guy that he's trying to tackle. But the user doesn't have the ability to react as fast as the player would. And heat seeker assist helping steer you towards the ball carrier allowed you to not completely blow up your own play because of that.
Right, but with it being reduced to how it was in 25, it does put more emphasis on you, the player, being able
Well, no,
to.
that's what I'm saying. In 25, I didn't miss on that stuff that
Well,
often.
yeah, because it basically like as soon as you got close and you tapped the tackle button, it basically locked you
No,
in
I'm not
animation.
talking about the tackle. That's not what I'm talking about. It used to like okay, you played defensive line in high school.
Yeah, that was defensive tackle.
It when you get the closer you get to the ball carrier to tackle them, the the more small movements matter, right?
Yeah,
In 25 on college and Madden,
yeah.
when you would get close to the ball carrier,
Hmm.
where the smallest movement you have to react to faster would happen in the game, faster than the player could see it, process it, adjust, and then put an input in, and the game register the input.
Yeah,
The ball carrier would then be out of reach. You would have moved past it because you weren't able to react fast enough. So, like if I'm holding, if I get through the line and I'm going at a down like an angle down towards the quarterback, and he sidesteps to the left, right?
yeah.
If I'm very close to him, as a player, as a user, I don't have the ability to react fast enough to if I'm close enough to him, but not close enough for the tackle to be able to adjust to his movement fast enough to be able to stay in the play. Heat seeker assist would help steer the player with the movement the same
Yeah.
way that when we played in real life, that
Right.
we would see it and be able to move our body with them.
Right.
That's what I'm saying that it stopped doing. I'm not
Yeah.
talking about the tackle. The tackle is fine right now.
Right. Yeah, see, I guess I really didn't notice that too much because mostly what I see with the Heat Seeker, especially in 25 and in this one, is with in 25 at least when you the where I seen the Heat Seeker come into play is when you went to tackle. If you were at least within 3 yards of the person you're trying to tackle, it would give you it would direct you right to them even mid tackle. Like if you were doing a dive tackle, it looked really funny on 25. It looked like you were like flying through the air like Superman, and then you would just kind of swivel towards the your target. And this one,
Yeah, that's not what I'm talking about.
it kind of brought it down a bit to where you have to be within. I think it's like 2 yards. I think it's the max distance now.
No,
For
I'm
Heat
totally
Seeker
fine with that. I'm
says to do
totally
that.
fine with that. Like the tackling is totally cool. Like I have zero problem with the Heat Seeker on the tackling.
Right.
It's the steering because, like I said, if I'm 4 yards away from the ball carrier and he makes a move, I have enough time to adjust to move with him. I don't have enough time for see it, recognize it, process it, put the input in to adjust, and still adjust in the game fast enough to keep my defender in the game with the ball carrier.
See, what I understand with Heat Seeker Assist is it was supposed to be like a small nudge, not necessarily like an on rails, until it came to like the tackling, and then if you're within the tackle zone, which in 25 I think was like 2 to 4 yards, in this one I think it's like 2 to 3. I don't remember exactly. I haven't really done enough testing to really know for sure. But anyway, if you're within like the tackle radius to where you could conceivably get a tackle, the Heat Seeker Assist would kind of hone in your tackle to the defender. In this one, they reduced that to be a smaller radius. In 25, it was a huge radius. To where you could hit stick if you were within 5 yards, and the player would just like, for lack of a better term, heat seeker to the ball carrier from 5 yards away, and you could still get the tackle. Now, if you try that, you'll just fall down. Which I do like that. I do like that because it didn't seem realistic to be able to start a hit stick from 5 yards out and still get the hit stick because of heat seeker assist. You should have to be somewhat in line to be able to get something like that off.
Right.
As for the defense as a whole, how it plays when it comes down to running the plays themselves, when it comes to how the coverage reacts in zone and man and whatnot, I definitely like that they fixed zone. That's actually more viable now. It's even I would say it's evened up with man coverage. Like back in 25, man coverage was the way to go because there's too many zone plays that just bugged out for whatever reason, match that didn't match, or zones that just didn't play their zones. In this one, it's just the zones actually play the way they're supposed to. Match actually works, and sometimes to your detriment if you don't understand how the matching principle works. Depending on the play, cover 3 match is going to play different than cover 6. And now, how before cover 6 wouldn't match, they do now. The cover 2 side of cover 6 will actually match. So it'll be if you don't know what match is a concept where it's zone first then man. So if your players will drop to their zones. If a player runs through their zone, they will lock onto that player, and they will cover their route for a certain distance outside of their zone. And it's that's kind of what match does. And I'm glad they fixed it. They got it working the way it's supposed to, instead of it just being maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. And if they throw a certain route on, turns match off. In 26, that's no longer the case. You can't just throw a route out and it cancel out their match like you could in 25. 25, you put in a flat from your running back that shuts off match on that side of the field. No longer will that be the case, which I think is great because it's going to stop a lot of the I don't want to call them glitch because it's not a glitch. A lot of the way of cheesing cover 3 match.
It is kind of glitchy because it's exploiting the coding.
Well, I mean, in a minute way, yeah, but it's just putting a route out there. Anyone could do that without knowing that it shuts off match. What makes it exploitative is when you know that's what it does.
Right.
But I mean, I would call it maybe like a cheese adjacent is how I would probably say it when it came to like
Cheese
on
adjacent.
25. Yeah, when it came to 25, like I'd call it cheese adjacent because it's cheese if you know about it. It's just, and when you don't know about it, it's just oops, you know. But in 26, they don't. The match plays match no matter what routes out there. So they're just gonna match on. They're gonna follow their jobs, which is great.
Right.
The one thing that is super. Actually, no, I don't think that we have that in 25 or 26. But I haven't had a chance to check the cornerback matchups and see if those are still messed up like they are in college. Like in college, you have it'll just like randomly change to by speed from balanced for no reason at all. I don't know if it does that in Madden. I haven't really like
Change from what?
in cornerback.
I don't know. I
cornerback
stopped using
matchups.
that because they
Oh
do
no,
that
no,
thing
no,
where
no.
they crisscross.
Yeah, in college football 26. Sometimes it'll just I don't know. They may have patched it out. I don't know, but beforehand, if you were when you were playing defense, it would just randomly, automatically, without your input, switch from balance to speed for cornerback matchups. So if you had like some plays that played weird, that's why. It's because the game automatically switched from balance to by speed for your cornerback matchups on college football 26. I haven't noticed that in Madden though, so I don't. Maybe it's not a thing for Madden, but I also haven't tested the matchups by speed to see if that's viable again because it was for a little. It was kind of viable in 25, depending on how you had stuff set up and what play you called. It was kind of viable, like in man coverage, it was definitely useful. But and sometimes in zone coverage, it was useful depending on which kind of zone coverage you called. But in 26, I will say that like the defensive play call feels better. It plays better now. It's not as I wouldn't say it's not as I'd say it's more consistent with how it plays. I think would be a good way of putting it. What are your thoughts?
My biggest gripe with the defensive gameplay, and I'll be honest, I don't even know if this is in the game. The fuck do you like in the drill? You watched me in that drill, the chase and tackle drill. How do you fuck up tackling? Like I should not have to literally like. You ever see those the I mean I've or done it, where like you're like two guys or a bunch of guys are hanging out and they do something awesome and they do like a fucking belly bump, like a high five. I shouldn't have to do that to tackle somebody. I should be able to like be within so close to him and reach out and touch somebody. Like hello. That chase and tackle drill is so frustrating because you literally have to crash into him to tackle him.
Yeah, just about. And sometimes and they also brought back the fun habit that they had in 24 where occasionally they would just stiff arm you and there's nothing you could do.
Right. And that's what I'm talking about. With the drills, can we have a middle ground? Do we have to go extreme to extreme every year? Can we just have a middle ground?
Better yet, let us set our own drills.
Yeah. And also, while we're on the drills, fuck that bucket drop shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Making people have to use a specific passing mechanic or passing system for a drill if they want to do it is ridiculous. I don't use placement and accuracy. I use revamped, and I literally cannot do that drill unless I go in and change my reticle speed on revamped. And even then, it's absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. Make it if you can't make the drill available for both passing systems, don't put it in the training camp. If you want to have passing specific systems and drills, cool. Have one that's only good for revamped. Have one that's only good for placement and accuracy. And when you do your weekly training and you can choose which one you want to do, have it be an option. But in the training camp, where we have like those are the ones we have that we have to do.
Yeah.
Don't make them system specific. Put the target passing one back in.
Yeah, better yet, screw target passing. Just put in pass skeleton.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that because I can do that equally with whatever
Right, you can
system
do that
I
with
choose
either
to
one.
use.
Like I use placement accuracy, and I couldn't even do the bucket drop. Like the best I could get is bronze.
Yeah, I mean, I got silver on it, but
Yeah.
it took me fucking 30 minutes sitting there messing with it. And I
Yeah, it
had to
was
go
like
into my settings like you told me to and move on revamped. You want your reticle speed at 20. On placement and accuracy, you want it at like 10.
7
So
to 10.
like,
Yeah.
so like, I should not have to go in and change the setting on revamped to be able to do a drill.
Right. Yeah. No, they should. I mean, honestly, bare minimum, we should be able to just choose the drills. I think that
Yeah,
would fix the
100%.
whole thing.
And they still have not. Like, okay, first of all, why do we have 2 games now? One of which has been out for over a month, and there is still the glitch with the game plan play calling. You can literally just put it on the coding from 25 for both Madden and CFB while you fix the fucking AI integration into it and then put it back in. This should not be the case in both games when you've had over a month and a half of seeing that it was an issue on one of them. Also, shit, I forgot what I was going to say. There's another thing. Hold on. There's another thing.
Well, while you're trying to remember that, I mean, the one thing like when it comes to like the AI like gameplay, when it comes to like the coaching suggestions, like I feel like when it comes to that, like the it's like not even like a priority, whereas like other stuff is at
Oh
least
no,
like here.
I found out that I'm not the only one that's having an issue with this because I made a post of it where I tagged Scott Gallagher and EA College Sports College or whatever on
Yeah.
X, and I had like 250 fucking comments from other people saying, "Oh my god, it's not just me. I'm having this issue too."
I mean, I don't use coach suggestions, so like I haven't really noticed it all that much.
No, but like I understand there's a portion of the fan base that doesn't use it. That's fine. It's a feature in the game. It should work.
Right.
And
Yeah, I
it
know.
worked in
I
25.
agree. Yeah.
It like just take the fucking coding from 25, copy and paste it. Like, come on. But like, but what was the other thing I was trying to bring up?
Also, Hendon Hooker, the worst backup quarterback ever. I don't know if you
I
probably
I would
haven't.
trade
But,
you Sam Howell for Hendon Hooker.
so, if you haven't seen it, go back and watch my Franchise Friday live stream. Hendon Hooker, I was doing the pocket presence one where you got to throw the ball, hit a target. So his bullet passes were literally like fastball pitches to the ground.
Okay.
Like he's
Here's
basically
why I would
spiking
trade you
the
Sam
ball.
Howell. Sam Howell is a former drafted quarterback who started an entire year for Washington, is currently the number 2 quarterback on Minnesota's depth chart, and is getting outplayed by an undrafted quarterback named Max Brosmer from fucking Minnesota. Okay. His stats in earlier today's game in real life: 1 of 5 for 13 yards and an interception.
I traded Hendon Hooker and a couple draft picks for milk toast.
I literally would trade Sam Howell for Hendon Hooker to be JJ's backup in real life.
Well, Hendon Hooker is now the proud QB2 of the Seattle Seahawks.
Let him go there with Sam Darnold. Fuck Sam Darnold. But what was there? Was something I was going to bring up that was like really important to me, and now I can't fucking remember what I was going to say.
Well, it must not have been that important.
No, it is.
I remember playbooks, defense. Is it defense related?
Maybe.
Well, while you think of that, let's move on to the next point. The next topic. We're talking franchise mode. How are you feeling about franchise mode?
I'm really unimpressed with it, man. Like I'm struggling. I want to play it. I'm struggling every time I play it. I get bored, and I find myself just wanting to go back to playing college football.
I mean, that's because like your game of choice is college football 26, especially because you like doing the end to end.
It's not that
recruiting.
The menus don't feel good. The training menus don't feel good. The like everything outside of playing the game nothing's really changed. Oh, that's the other thing I was going to say. Two things. And I know they can do this because you used to be able to do it in the older Maddens. Let us set custom playbooks as our coach's scheme so that we can use formation subs with our custom books. Still can't do that in either game. And let us set our custom schemes. And what I mean by that is I remember very clearly in Madden, I want to say it was like 17 or 18 or I don't know. I remember very clearly that you could go in and choose 3-4 storm, but then you could go to each position. And if you didn't, for example, 3-4 storm wants a run support free safety. And if you wanted to have a hybrid safety, you could set your scheme to be a custom 3-4 storm to where you want for your scheme, you want a hybrid free safety. If you wanted a power rushing D tackle instead of a speed rushing D tackle, you could set it as that. Why can't we do that? Why did you take that away?
Yeah, I'm with you there. I think that's incredibly annoying. I think we should be able to set a custom scheme for both offense and defense. I mean, I don't really see why that would be so hard to actually put into the game.
It shouldn't be.
And along with being able to set custom
They had it in the game before.
Right. I mean, it's pretty. I feel like it should be pretty easy to put back in, but I mean, I could see it being kind of a headache with like the new AI stuff. But I mean, realistically, it should make it that much easier because then you can just use AI to pull the information. It's not that hard.
Right.
Well, I guess relatively speaking, it's not that hard. If you try to get like a layman like me or you to try to code it, that would be a whole ordeal.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, it shouldn't be that hard. Like, it cannot. There cannot be a serious problem with doing it that you couldn't then fix.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
like if the problem is that simulation is tied to the playbooks, then just work out some kind of algorithm that figures out the playbook to simulation conversion so that it can take a look at your playbook and what plays you have in it and equate it to the nearest regular playbook. No, what I'm saying is, for example, my defensive playbook, right?
Right.
I don't know which one, but if you were to compare it to the actual team playbooks in the game, it would be the closest to probably the Chargers, the Vikings, or the Ravens or Seahawks. They all run Winks Amoeba defense, different versions of it, okay?
Right.
So set up something in the game, in the coding of the game, that if I set my defensive playbook as my scheme playbook, if you can't make the game recognize the custom book and then let it utilize that for the sim stats, then have it take a look at the book, see what book it is closely linked to, and then again, I'm not a coder, but you know more about this than I do. It doesn't seem to me like it would be that hard to make it say it is the closest in formations and all of that to the Chargers defensive playbook. So we're going to make the simulation system recognize this custom book as the Chargers book. That doesn't seem like that would be that hard to put in the game.
I mean, it really shouldn't at the end of the day, but especially
with AI.
Yeah, especially if you're an experienced coder, it really shouldn't be that big of a deal to do. Yeah, I mean, for me, I've only done like one game of franchise mode, but like from where I started, it feels all right.
Doesn't feel different from last year.
Yeah, no, I mean the one thing I will say
it almost feels more clunky than last year.
I mean, the one I feel like it's a little bit more. I like the presentation of franchise mode, like how it looks itself, but like the one thing that I do find annoying is the abilities on game planning.
Yeah, that's my dude. Yeah. I'm telling you, that literally kills my ability to have fun with it. It makes me not want to play it. I was so excited for the way that they described the abilities in the descriptions, but like I don't even understand it. Like, you buy them, but then you don't keep them, and you set them,
right?
But every week it changes them, and then like when you set them, like this is the one that's the most annoying is the focus player one. If I have it so that I can have 3 extra focus spots, Let it just sit there. Let it. Why does that have an expiration date? Why does that
Right.
have to every 4 weeks come off? And then when I put it back on, why does it not take effect until the next week? So for that week that it came off, I only have 3 spots. Like,
I mean,
that
also,
is so annoying. But the
why
rest of the abilities are so annoying because, like, I have to go in and choose the play call sheets every time. It won't just stay with the ones that I pick. And, like, it just doesn't make any sense. And it's so frustrating. And, like, I don't even want to play the game because of that. Like, I've been playing Mutt more than I have since you got me playing it back in 24
right?
because I don't want to play franchise because of the fucking coach abilities. Like, the coach abilities in Madden 24 and 25 were very static and stale, but they were fine. And the one that I thought with the college football, with the coaching system, the talent system there, 25 was better than 26 because you
You froze.
need to double the price of everything. What just happened?
You froze. It looked hilarious too.
Well, no, because like I heard froze, and then I looked up, and then StreamYard, like both of our pictures disappeared, and I got the little buffering thing, and then like I heard you laughing maniacally, but you still weren't back on the screen. I was like, "What the fuck just happen? Was it me? Was it him? I don't know."
It was you. You froze it. When you watch this back, you need to like look at about 1 hour 1 minute in, or yeah, about 1 hour in, and just look at your face because it's hilarious.
Weird, because I didn't know what happened. My bad. But no, like but like it's just it's like the college football talent system is so good. It was so much better than Madden was before, and I thought this was going to be like sort of an evolution of that. It's not. It's trash. Like, literally, just give us a Madden version of the college ability system. Like, this is stupid. Like, I shouldn't have to go in every week and turn off the ones the computer turns on and then put the ones I want on again and say, "Oh, wait, I can't use that one anymore. I can't use that one this week. Oh, wait, this one downgraded. Now I have to, now it's not as good. Well, what do I do now?" Like, it's not intuitive. It's not user friendly. It doesn't feel good.
See, from what I'd have to play more of it to really get a good handle on it. But like from what the limited amount of time that I've had playing franchise mode right now, I like it. Like I mean, I'm I'm not a huge fan of the coach abilities. I like the old way better, but that might just be because that's what I've known since I've been playing Madden franchise. Like it's just this new system is definitely something that you're gonna have to get used to when you're playing franchise. If you plan to play franchise, it's definitely a new and I want to say unique take on how it's done. I do like the play sheets themselves. I do not like how they like come off after a certain amount of time. I think you should just be able to like rotate them in
Yeah,
if you
like
want
you should
to.
just literally be able to set them, and it doesn't change until you decide to change them.
Yeah, I fully agree with that because that is incredibly annoying to have to go in every week and figure out and make sure that you still have your play sheet in, and if you can use that play sheet still, because I think they go on cooldown after they come off for a week.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah.
Well,
But
and
anyway,
listen, I kind of understand it for like the ones that have in-game effects. Like, I still don't like it, but I'm okay with the cooldown on it. But the training based ones, the trainer ones, the ones that affect wear and tear, whatever, like those should not have a cooldown.
yeah, I agree with that. But anyway, now let's move on to the next topic here. Let's go to Ultimate Teams. I know you've been playing Ultimate Teams. I have been too. Uh, I I like. I mean, it's Ultimate Teams. I mean, it's the same it's been since 2024, or actually even before that. But since I first got in back into Madden, which was Madden 24, Ultimate Team has pretty much been the same with like minor upgrades. And this year, they added in wear and tear, and I think they added fatigue to Ultimate Teams as well, to where your players play
Yeah,
fatigue
but
a
you
little bit
also
more.
So it's something I found that's interesting is you can't have wear and tear and progressive fatigue on at the same time, which is fine because like progressive
In
fatigue is
Ultimate
never
Teams,
no in the game period.
I was
But
talking about Ultimate.
progressive fatigue has never worked properly, so wear and tear does work. But I do think in Ultimate Team it's only wear and tear.
The only wear and tear, no fatigue. Yeah, I mean,
Well,
so yeah.
no, fatigue is there, but progressive fatigue is not.
Oh, okay.
I think.
But yeah, I mean, they added in wear and tear, so so it actually is going to matter having backups for your players because they could end up coming out of the game when you're playing Ultimate Team. I mean, the challenges are kind of some of them are kind of annoying, some of them are kind of interesting, some of them are fun. So all of this, it's like the whole spectrum. I mean, it's pretty much Ultimate Teams. What are your thoughts?
So I'm not a big Ultimate Team player. I never have been. I got into it towards the end of 24 with you guys. 25, I intended to play it, but I just didn't because I was having too much fun, mostly with college.
Right.
I don't understand why I have fun with Madden Ultimate Team and I don't really have fun with college Ultimate Team. I don't know why. It's fine. Like there's nothing wrong with it. I do think that they made some things about Ultimate Team a little bit easier. My biggest gripe with Ultimate Team is that, like, for example, it's recognition of you making achievements.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Like I literally had like earlier I was doing one of the ones, and it was something like don't let them pass for 15 yards.
Yeah.
They ran the ball, and it gave them 6 passing yards. What?
That does not make sense.
And that
at all.
happens. That kind of thing happens more often than it should. So,
Yeah.
like, that's a problem. But I don't really have gripes about Ultimate Team. I guess my biggest gripe. What was that thing that we used to play with me, you, and Rayo? That
the draft.
Yeah, but it was called something. But it was where me and you could go in, and it would give us like it would give us like 3 options, 15 times for us to draft a team. And
Yeah,
then
I think it was like draft roulette or something like that.
Whatever it was. Why is that not in the game? It should be in the game all the time. It's a fun mode.
Yeah, I agree.
I would literally play Ultimate Team more often if I could do that more often.
Yeah, they only really bring it back like around the NFL draft season is when when they usually have it in.
For me personally, that would keep me more engaged with Ultimate Team from the start,
right?
Than because the first time I got into it, I didn't get into it until post draft. So I just thought it was like normal part of the
JJ was in the game at that point,
right? But
and they released a 99 card of him.
Yeah, although whatever.
And he was still not as good as the other 99 cards.
But no, like I just feel like Ultimate Team's fine.
Yeah,
but
it's fun to pass the time. I definitely don't recommend blowing money on Ultimate Teams. You can build a really good team without spending any money.
I still to this day have never spent money on Ultimate Team.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how most of my friend base are. We don't spend money on Ultimate Team.
The one thing I wish that they would do with Ultimate Team is that if you haven't spent money, they should allow you to be able to match up with other people who haven't spent money.
Yes, I agree with that. Because it is infuriating when you're playing as a no money spent team. So you're trying to build your team, and you end up playing online against in online head to head in Ultimate Teams, and you end up coming across a guy who's just got if you spend enough money, you can get them. That's this guy's entire team.
Right.
Basically dropped thousands.
And I'm not hating on people that want to spend money. Like that's your prerogative.
Right.
But let there be like a thing where if you purchase something with real money, that it takes the NMS tag off of your account.
Right.
And then if you haven't spent money, let there be a setting for you to choose that you're matched up with people that haven't.
I agree because I think that would make it a lot more fun. But I think the whole point of Ultimate Team is they want to try to get you to spend money. That's the
Well, no,
whole
that's
point of it.
fine, but
So I mean,
I'm more likely to spend money because I choose to. I'm less likely to spend money if I feel like the game is designed to pressure me to.
right? Yeah, I fully agree with that. All right, let's wrap it. Let's wrap it up. What's your final thoughts on the game as a whole?
I want to like it. I think they made a lot of good changes to the gameplay itself, in game stuff. But again, there's a lot of micro details that I feel like should be addressed or fixed in it.
Yeah,
But on a macro level, I think it's an improvement. It feels really good playing the game. Um, I'm just really disappointed with franchise mode, and a large part of that disappointment comes from the talent system. I just don't like it. I just think it's bad. I think it's less fun than the old stale system. And when you have a great system to compare it to in the college, this is just a big letdown. Um, but the other minor things, if you could fix, it would be great. And I would be able to look past the coach abilities if like the other small things got fixed. But ultimately, like the problem for me is that I want to play it, and right now I find myself like I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna play some Madden today, and I go in there and I just get bored with it, and I either leave franchise mode and play a little bit of Mutt, and then go to college, or I just go straight to the college game and play that instead. Because Dynasty mode, in my opinion, right now is more fun than franchise, and that's kind of sad too because like I can't tell you how many hours I used to spend in franchise. Like I would do like literally 20-year rebuilds completely offline, not even streaming it, just to do it. I would do. I mean, you've seen me when I've got roped you into doing some of the stuff with me, where I'll spend 8 hours just setting up a dynasty or a franchise. You know,
yeah,
like because I would find little things that I see people do, and then I'd have ideas to put twists on it, and I'd be like, oh, this is awesome. Uh, and so I would do it myself, and I had fun with it.
yeah.
And
Like your free agent rookie rebuild only.
yeah, and like even the like even with 25, while I put a lot more hours into college football than I did Madden, I still had like 600 hours into Madden, which is, as far as I understand it, still above the average. Like
Yeah,
even in Madden 25, I enjoyed franchise mode enough to play it a lot. I worry that I'm not going to want to play it on this one.
I think once you put more time into it, you'll have a little bit more fun with it. I think right now it's just kind of like the shock of all of like the change, the massive change they did with how you do your coaching stuff. Because like we're going from like what was basically just like I'm just gonna call it like the basic skill tree from like from previous to now we have like a whole new system to
Yeah, but it's just
contend
a
with.
bad system.
I mean, I don't think we necessarily needed to go this far. I personally would have been more happy if they went with the ability wheel instead of what they did here. I think that would have been a much better take on it. They copy like basically the way college football does it with the ability wheel. You have like archetypes, sub archetypes, and that would have been how to do it. That would have been a good way to do it. So you have like your personnel wheel that you can go down different aspects with and have like hybrid aspects. Like if you're gonna like if you let's say you're a I don't know a good example. I guess to pull from college. Let's say you're more of a motivator type coach, so you're gonna have abilities that are gonna help your player, like basically be able to help your players play better, maybe get better deals uh, on renegotiating contracts, for example.
Right.
If you're like a talent developer, you're someone who can like develop the talent of the player. So you're gonna have a bet. So you're gonna be able to get more XP when it comes to like the week to week training and the training camp at the beginning of the season. Maybe instead of your players getting like 1,000 XP for completing training camp, they get like 1,500, maybe an extra skill point for competing if you have that skill. You know what I mean? If you're that archetype, you get extra stuff. That would have been a good way to do it, I think, in my opinion, when it came to franchise mode coachabilities. Give 'em, like, the archetype wheel. I think that would have been a good way to do it. I'm not really a huge fan of how they did it in 26 currently, and I'm
I
gonna
mean, you could
still
literally take the college tree model,
yeah.
just retool some of the
Well, yeah.
talents to
Well, yeah,
Madden and Pros.
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
'Cause that's what
but
it is,
like you
and
don't even have to make a new system. You could literally
right.
just take that one and just rewrite the code on on the talents that are college specific.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's basically what I was talking about. Um, but yeah, I mean, all in all, like, over as the game as a whole, all encompassing, I think it's a good upgrade from 25. I think there are some small things that could be better. There's a couple there's like one major thing that could be better, which is the coaching ability in franchise mode. I think that could have been way better. Uh they could figure out how to get rid of all of the freaking loading screens. That'd be fantastic. But other than that, like fix a couple bugs here and there, a couple like gameplay oversights that I'm gonna call them, and the game would be phenomenal. I'd give it 10 out of 10 for football, at least in the scale of football games being good. I would give it a 10 out of 10 if they had all that stuff right. But as it
Right.
stands right now, I think I'm gonna be a median and give it like I'm gonna give it a 6.5.
Yeah, I mean, I'm right around that 6 to 6.5 right now. I'm waiting to see if they fix some of those things. Some of the things, some of them I don't expect them to fix. Like I don't expect them to do anything about the talents, but
Right.
like I don't expect them to do anything about the lag or the loading screens. I think that's just what it is for this game. But like the playbook stuff, the tackling issues, the catching, they can tune all of that. So like if they can fix that, they can put in a fix to fix the background of the rookie draft screen, you
Yeah.
know, stuff like that. Like if I see them make improvements like that, I would say it's probably the best Madden in years. But I'm just really disappointed in the fact that this Madden was touted as the biggest franchise update,
Yeah.
and franchise mode doesn't feel better.
Yeah. I
It
mean,
feels clunkier. It feels like you put a new dress on it, but it's still the same thing, and it's got a sprained ankle.
yeah. I mean, for like a lot of it, it seemed like they pulled the old landlord trick of just paint over it and call it a day.
Right.
But like some of the stuff they improved and changed. Like the ability system, obviously, is one of the biggest changes to franchise mode, and I don't know how well it's been received. I mean, for us, we're not huge fans of it, but I'd much rather have seen like an archetype wheel rather than what this is. Like I like the originality of it. I just am not a huge fan of it. But anyway, that's our time today. I guess before we get out of here, Kinetic, go ahead and tell them where they can find you, what you got going on.
Yeah, so you can find me. Feels like I'm everywhere this week. Maze Madman channel. I think it's still called that right now. It's going through some kind of rebranding right now, but on Monday evenings as a co-host with Maze Madman and the Boxing Maniac. Here in 2 weeks, you'll also catch us doing on Saturdays post-game reviews of the Michigan Wolverines games. Um, I just the episode with me on Really Flawed Football just aired a couple days ago. You can go check that out on YouTube. Again, it's Really Flawed Football. I just did a large portion of a 10-hour stream yesterday with TJ and John, talking about the fallout from the punishment from the NCAA for Michigan. Prior to that, right here on this channel, I did a quick review of it with Jester from Darren Talks Ball, and just follow me on social media everywhere at Kinetic615. And if you have a free moment after you like and subscribe and share the video out, check the description and take a look at the GoFundMe link there. Read through it, and if you're able and willing to help, I really appreciate any amount, or even if you can't afford to donate right now, but just share it out on your social media, because it only takes the right person to see it one time somewhere, to be willing to be generous and help someone in a hard situation. So I appreciate that as well. But other than that, right here on the Gamer Sideline.
Awesome. And as for me, you can find me at Lichmax626 on Twitch and on YouTube, and on X, Twitch and YouTube. I do game streams. Currently, I do Madden football and college football. And if you haven't yet, make sure you subscribe over there as well. On Fridays, we do Franchise Friday now. And then on Saturdays, we're going to be starting to do Variety Saturday, where we do different things. We might, one day we might do MUT, we might do Madden online head-to-head. We might hop over to college, maybe do some Dynasty mode stuff, custom team builder maybe, or online or road to the CFP. Who knows? Saturday's kind of going to be the variety day for the Sideline Showdown is what I'm going to call it. As for and then obviously you can find me right here on the Gamers Sideline Saturdays around between 7 and 7:30 Eastern Standard Time is where we try to hit it. Sometimes we're late, sometimes we hop on early to we have breaking news like we did the other day with the release of the Michigan punishment information. If you haven't yet, make sure you check that episode out. It's on both Spotify and right here on YouTube. The Gamer Sideline at both of them. That's also, you can find me on during the English. Let's get to it. You can also find me during the season and occasionally as a call-in over at the what is currently the Maze Madman channel. I think he's like Kinetic said, he's going through a rebrand, so I don't remember exactly what his new name is. I think it's like the Maze Network or something like that. But you can find me over there doing the Stat Boy stuff. I will be doing that during the season, keeping these guys on track with their stats and making sure that their facts are checked. I guess, well, without further ado, let's get out of here. Make sure that you like the video. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And if you don't want to miss anything, make sure you hit that notification bell. That's going to help out a lot to not miss when we go live, especially if we do any emergency lives. You want to have that notification bell on so you don't miss that. So make sure you guys stay blue and also go blue. We're out.
From joystick dreams to Friday night lights, it's controllers and cleats under podcast mics with Life Max dropping deep like he's throwing a bomb, and Kinetic calling audible, staying calm in the storm. From the field to the sticks, yeah, we bring the heat. With Kinetic and Leash Max, never miss a beat. When the final whistle blows or the credits roll, we're signing off strong, that's how gamers take control. Catch us on the sideline, where legends chill, where the playbooks flip and the passion's real. If you heard the takes, then you know the drill. Till next time, fam, keep it clutch, keep it skill. From the field to the sticks, yeah, we bring the heat. With Kinetic and Lich Max, never miss a beat. When the headset's off and the lights go low, we'll be back next game, y'all already know. We out.